All right, we're gonna go through it quickly. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to repeat or if it didn't match your work, if you want me to explain the reasoning behind it. So here we want to make it equal to 0, so we're subtracting 20 from both sides. And then we're going to label my A, B, and C. We've got A is 1, B is -8, C is -20. Everybody good so far? All right, so we're going to find our discriminant. We've got B squared minus 4 times A times C. So my B is -8 squared minus 4 times A times -20. Now the mistake that I saw a lot is that you guys aren't putting that -8 inside the parentheses. It's -8 times -8, which gives us a positive 64. On a lot of your work, I saw that you guys still had that negative. Please be sure to make that you're multiplying that negative times that negative, which gives us a positive. Then -4 times 1 is -4, and then times -20, we get positive 80. And that gives us 104. That means we will have 2 real solutions because it's positive. And now that we have our discriminant, we're going to put it into our quadratic formula where we have -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And remember, that's that 144 that we already calculated, all divided by 2 times a. We substitute negative parentheses plus or minus the square root of 144 divided by 2 times our a. Our b is -8 and my a is 1. This is another part that I saw in our quiz. When you substitute and your b is negative, there's still a negative on the outside. So it'll be negative times and then -8. Let's go ahead and simplify. We get a negative times a negative is a positive 8, plus or minus the square root of 144 is 12, divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. Any questions so far? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Genevieve. I was on mute, guys, those of you here. So they didn't hear me. Okay, do you guys need me to explain this part again? Are you guys good to go with your work? All right. So from here, we have 2 equations, one where we add the 12 and one where we're subtracting 12. So we're going to break it off into 2. So we've got 8 plus 12 divided by 2, and we've got 8 minus 12 divided by 2. Here we get 20 over 2, which gives us 10. And here we have -4 over 2, which gives us -2. So my 2 solutions are x is equal to -2 and x is equal to 10. All right, so now that we have our solutions, we're going to put them on a number line. We've got -2 and positive 10. Now, if we go back to our original equation, are we going to have an opened or a closed circle? Opened or closed? If we go to our original, it'll be closed. How do we know it's closed? What does it have? Yeah, it has an equal sign. So we're going to close a closed point at -2 and a closed point at 10. So now we're going to use our test point of 0. 0 is going to go here. We're going to get our original inequality. Got my test point. We've got x squared minus 8x less than or equal to 20. We're going to use x equals to 0 to test. So here we have 0 squared minus 8 times 0 less than or equal to 20. This cancels because it's 0. This cancels because it's 0. So we get 0 less than or equal to 20. Is that true or false? 0. Yeah, 0 is less. This is my less than sign. So 0 is less than 20. That is a true statement, right? Because 0 is less than 20. So because 0 is less than 20 and that is true, then 0 is part of my solution set. So we're going to shade towards 0. So because 0 is part of my solution set, it's going to be here, which means all my other solutions will be in that same region. So now let's go ahead and write it in inequality notation. So all of my x's are in between what two numbers? All of these numbers are in between -2 and 10. So -2 and 10. So x's are greater than -2, but less than 10. And because we're including the -2 and the 10, we're going to put those lines on the bottom that represent equal. And now for interval notation, we're going from -2 to 10. So this is my smallest value in my set. This is my largest. And because these are closed circles, are we going to use brackets or parentheses? When they're closed, what do we use? Go back to your notes. We wrote it down. We're going to use brackets. So because -2 has a closed circle, we use brackets. 10 also has a closed circle, so we use brackets there as well. Any questions? There's one more